Welcome to a new Lambda class, Ethereum Consensus Daily. Let me just go search for the YouTube link. Hopefully it appears faster today. Here it is. All right. I will share that in the group and then we can start. Okay, the link is shared. Martin, do you want to go first?
Sure. So for me, I've been working on a refactor for pending blocks and fork choice to make sure like all the calls to the fork choice gen server are async, so we don't have any potential issues if the block processing takes a long time. We also want to solve that issue in other ways, but yeah, I did a refactor on that. Also simplified the code quite a bit. And yeah, I have a PR for that. Today I'm gonna go back on some older PRs I had where I got some feedback. And also, maybe I'm gonna go back to block processing performance, or maybe I can also start with a proof of concept with what you wrote, Thomas, about have one process per block. Maybe not the whole thing, but maybe like a proto version of it. But yeah, something on that regard. That's for me.
Awesome. Yeah, any of those are great. I think I correct me, Mega, if this didn't happen, if this happened already. But there's one simple optimization that should be should make a big difference, which is processing attestations in parallel. Did we do that or did we not yet? I think we didn't, right?
We didn't yet.
Okay, so that's one of the possibilities. There's a great tool in Elixir called async stream, which basically lets you process it's like an enum.map, but processes in parallel. And for large arrays, that can make a huge difference. Like it basically divides the whole array into different parts, into different cores of your computer, and just lets those handle concurrency. And yeah, if you have a million elements, dividing those, like parallelizing those over your CPUs is a great first start. So that's a good tool.
I could look into attestations more specifically. I mean, I'm sure like parallelizing is good. I'm pretty sure like there are also other types of performance optimizations we can do that will make our life much easier. For example, I don't know if you have like 200 attestations, if we can parallelize those 200, but I wonder if there's some repeated computation there. So yeah, maybe I can deeper into all the whole attestation thing, also see what Lighthouse does, and yeah, also do parallelization.
Yeah, all of that sounds great. I think I mean, I remember that we talked a lot about optimization, and we were not thinking about like giving it much priority. But given that you said that Lighthouse, as an example, right, has like orders of magnitude faster state transition, I think that's worth exploring. Okay, yeah, thank you very much. The next one is God's Power.
Good day, everyone. Yesterday I worked on localization of bit list. I made a draft PRO, which is still very early, but yeah, I made a draft PRO and I spent some time working on that, and I also spent time addressing comments on my PR on localization of list of composite types, and I made some updates to that, and so I'll continue doing that today, just addressing comments on the PRO and working on localization of bit lists.
Okay, thank you. That's perfect. The next one is Fernando.
Yep. For my part, I am addressing the comments on the PR on the SSE static generic spec test. So hopefully today or tomorrow I will finish that, and that PR will be ready to be merged.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you for that. The next one is Tomas.
Well, first of all, hello again. Yesterday I worked on finishing the PR of adding snappy frame decompression to a repo. Um, since Akash left the bootcamp, he didn't have the time to finish it, so I did for him. And I also added a split. I when I tried pushing the changes to the repo, the CI failed because there were some new Credo updates pushed uh, added when I updated the dependency. So I split that into another PR that just bumps the dependencies. I also made some small PR adding the dependable configuration file that supposedly just merging that with main should enable that feature in our repo so that we receive uh, pull requests automatically when one of our dependencies are um, uh, has I think a minor update or mention.
That
Um,
sounds cool.
yeah,
I wonder what that runs. Does it run in GitHub Actions? Do we know where
I
is it
think
hosted?
it's like a separate service they have.
It's like a cloud service.
Yeah, I think
All right.
you can access some data from it with GitHub Actions. They make it. They use, I think, HTTP requests to the service, so it must be another service in the cloud. Uh, well, and today I'm gonna work on. Not really sure. I'm gonna check the issues. Um, Regarding optimizations that Martin was mentioning, there's still we haven't done the batch compute committee um, feature. That might speed up computation substantially.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. I think the last updates are mine. Yesterday I mostly spent some time reviewing the SSZ generic PR from Fernando. And then I spent half of my day preparing the next workshop, which is the finality part two. I don't know which part of this week or next week we will have it, but it will be like in a different day on Thursday. Um, I will send invitations after I finish preparing, so that I don't do something like saying, "Hey, we will do this on Wednesday," and then we need to like change all of the schedule for that. So I will finish preparing that, and as soon as I have finished, I will send some invites. Um, and yeah, let me think for a second. Yeah, no spoilers. We can talk about that later. So basically, that's what I've been doing yesterday. I will continue preparing the workshop today. Maybe review some PRs, and if I have some extra time, I can have some like I can do some quick PR for the concurrency redesign, but just a small thing, like not like, as Martin said, the whole thing. But that's optional. Like if I don't get time for that, anyone can take it. I don't. I'm not a, how do you say this in English? Like I'm not declaring myself the owner of that. There's a phrase in Spanish to say that, but I it's not translatable. Okay, so that's my updates. Do we have any final comments or questions? All right. Thank you for joining today. See you all tomorrow.